Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Winning Live broadcast. I am so excited to have you on the Winning Live broadcast. This is the 75th episode of the broadcast, and this is actually a special edition. You are going to get to know why I said it's a special edition when the time comes. But for now, I want to wish you a happy new month. Welcome to the month of March 2023. It's going to be a month that you are going to be marching into prosperity, into your goodness, and into blessings all around you. This month, you're not going to march into bad things. You're not going to march into things that will cost you a fortune. You will rather march into opportunities that will change your life. And of course, you're already marching into it. By the virtue of being in this live broadcast now, you're already matching into opportunities that will transform your life. All right, so this is the Winning Live broadcast, and at the Winning Live broadcast, we share with you values, knowledge, skills, principles, and strategies that will help you become a successful person, sounding your gong, and achieving greatness without, failing, or maybe even when you fail, how to navigate through life. Welcome to the Winning Life broadcast. I'm so excited to have you. In the next few minutes, in the next couple of minutes, we're going to, be hearing something that will transform our lives. And before I continue, I want to introduce my guest, Amarachi Attamah, the phenomenal Amarachi Attamah. She is one woman that I've seen, become so resilient in what she does, push it unapologetically that people will say, what is when she would always say, Ejiwagebe, and then she has gone global with Igbo, and she now bears the Igbo Global Ambassador, going all around the world talking about Igbo, presenting, doing her public speaking engagement and her chant performance. I have come to know Amarachi Attamah for 7 years. I remember vividly it was 2015 or maybe late 2014. And her story is one that will transform your life and shift your mind from that of mediocrity to that of excellence. Her story is that which you will always encourage anybody that hears it, that anything is possible. I want you to say hi to our audience. Nwadirama.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Solomon, for having me on your platform, and I really appreciate this. I'm trying to see how to share and how to see comments or and all of that, which I am not really seeing, so that
Oh,
people would see it. Um,
yeah, it's already streaming live
see comments or and all of that,
on
which
my
I am not really.
Facebook. So maybe if your team members are around,
Okay.
they can,
On your wall, on
just
your
view.
Facebook wall.
Yes, on my wall. Yes, on my wall. They can view it on my wall.
Okay. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for joining us live to talk about this very important topic. First of all, I will say, how are you feeling? Because I know that it's a lot of mixed feelings since yesterday and or early this morning per se, and
Yeah.
it's a feeling that it's beyond what you can express with words. It's beyond what
Hmm.
you can express with with any kind of expression, actually. But as Solomon already said briefly, I am one person who do not subscribe to give up quick mentality. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here today because um, many years ago, or few years ago, I am not here where I am today. I am not in this position where I can even talk as loud as I am talking today because you pass that stage of life where it seems like there is no headway. It seems like you are hopeless, like there is nothing going to happen, nothing good will come out from, you know. But because some of us are not people who subscribe to the give up quick mentality, we keep fighting. We know that life is about keep going, keep fighting. It doesn't matter
Mm.
how long it takes, but you keep doing what you have to do. You keep going because sometimes these things happen for you to go down, for it break you, and then you give up, and then they are winning forever. No, no. So we keep doing what we have to do. We keep having hopes high, living. We keep projecting that vision, achieving that vision, going one step ahead from what we were yesterday. Keep pushing, keep going, keep going. It's just like saying because you went to a restaurant and the food was so bad, you are never going to eat in your life again. Nobody does that. So you keep you keep the spirit high. In fact, for somebody like me, when things beat me down so hard, that is when I get stronger. That is when
Mm.
I dig deeper into the well of my strength, my innermost strength, because we all have it. And sometimes in life, especially of today, every day now, you need that inner strength of yours. You need to dig deeper and hold it here where you can see it. Because the society and life generally is continually turning into survival of the fittest. It
Okay.
is now survival of the fittest. And so if you give up quickly, you know what it means. It's survival of the fittest. Always tell yourself that. Yesterday, I was in at the U.S. Capitol, and we had gone as an advocate to see a senator. And when we were talking, he said something that his father once told him that at the moment nobody is thinking about your future. And I will tell you the same today. Nobody thinks about your future. Nobody is bothered about your future. You are the only one that will be bothered about your future. In fact, sometimes it's not even the parent. Sometimes it's not even your friends and well wishers. People have things to bother about. They have their own issues. They have their own. Sometimes they are bothering about their own phone. And so nobody bothers about your future. It's you are the only one that will bother about your future. And the earlier you know that, the better for you. The earlier you know that and hold your strength together, the better for you. So thank you for joining us here today, irrespective of the whole chaos going on, irrespective of the whole discouragement going on. We are here to keep going because that is what we can do and do it well. We can't stop going. And that is why one of my best Igbo proverbs say, "Machi nwanza akwụsịghị ịkụrụ egwu, nwanza agaghị akwụsị ịgba egwu." You know, we keep
Exactly.
that, you know,
Mm.
of progress, of growth, because that is what you can do. That is, what else would you do? Giving up? What will it
No,
solve?
not an option.
So, welcome, and we are going to dive into it and talk about why we are here.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm so glad to be hosting you, Nwajarama Amarachi Attamah, the
Thank you.
Igbo Global Ambassador. It's really an amazing thing that you are doing. Now, before we continue, I want to ask you, before we dive into what we have proper, I want to ask you, sound your gong. What does it mean to you as a mantra? Before it became a mentorship program, what does it really mean to you as a mantra?
Sound your gong, I actually created for myself because growing up in Nigeria, we know this statements of I have not seen any platform, right? People always say, I've not seen platforms, and people don't give them
Mm.
platforms and all of that. So it was the same for me. I was not getting platforms. And even when they give you platform, it's like somebody give you water to drink, or somebody is sharing their water with you to drink, and they are there saying, no, maybe let me use another scenario. You know, when we were young, where they'll give you like a bottle of Coke and they say 5 of you to share. And then everybody,
Yeah.
one person to drink a little bit, they bring out the bottle. That is the kind of platforms I used to get. So they try, even those who give you the platform, and they take it quickly. Sometimes before you even start, they say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. And they chase you out of the stage. So, um, Sound Your Gong was for me to tell myself the truth. Like they always say, the words or the advice you give to yourself is the strongest of all. No matter the beautiful motivational speaking you hear, if you do not pause at some point to sieve in something and pick up something that you would talk to yourself about, it will just be words to you. So that divine moment, that defining moment, or that defining time when you create that thing means something to you and you make it something that will become purposeful in your life. So I started Stand Your Gong as a way to tell myself to be the one to create platforms for myself. Like I just said, no one is bothered about your future. No one is bothered about how you will grow, how what you will be in the next 5 years.
Mm.
Nobody's bothered. Nobody is bothered about that. Yeah, people can encourage you, but they don't leave their own challenges and their own things to think about to start thinking about your own. Mm-mm. So they can only encourage you. So sound your gong. For me to sound my own gong, your own gong mean be your own promoter, be your own
Mm.
marketer, be your own advertiser, be your own public relations officer, be your own announcer, your own MC, your own chairman of the occasion. You have to be that for yourself, especially when you are growing up as a young entrepreneur, young person with a lot of dreams and vision. You are the only one who knows it, and you are the only one who can sound it to the world to hear. Secondly,
Mm.
being that my skill or my craft or my career happen to be something that is not generally accepted to be beautiful enough or posh enough or standard enough to be called something, found myself chanting in Igbo language. And we were talking about the era where being a doctor, being an engineer, or a lawyer they are the only three courses in the whole of Nigeria for you to study. Any other thing
Mm.
outside of that, people look at you like, yeah, chai, chai. It's like you are not a student. Whenever you are not talking about, I'm studying medicine, I'm studying engineering, I'm studying law, people look at you like you're wasting your time. So finding myself in that situation, and even though I was working at the media station, not for one day was I allowed to speak on radio about my craft, about my art as a performance artist. Even though I was a media person, even though I had like 5 programs going on, but I am not allowed within the house guide and house ethics and house rules and regulation to even announce my own. You know the way presenters and programs people go on radio and they're talking about, my name is Amarachi, chant performance poet. Today you are welcome to this show. I am not allowed to say that on both radio and TV stations that I was on. And so the only way for me to navigate this talent and let the world know what I do, even though I was working in the greatest of mediums to communicate the public, I could still not sound my gong or dance on that platforms. And so I needed to sound my own gong by myself, using my social media, using my social networks, using my engagement, my public engagement and all of that. I decided to start sounding my own gong myself. And so that even if I cannot do it on radio and TV, even as a worker there, I needed to still sound my gong. Because again, every day there is a reason for you not to do something. So when you
Yeah.
realize that, you know that you are your own rescue, and if you keep, even up till now, it's still true and true. If you keep waiting for somebody to give you platform, and some people will even be waiting even after the platform to sweep it for them and paint it and decorate it for them, and then be the
Oh my God. You are your own rescue. You're waiting for that. There are people you will never associate with if you don't have a platform. And if you wait for people to start creating those, to start giving you platform, especially in Nigeria, you're wasting your time. Start, it's important. You have to start sounding your gong. And I love the way you usually put it, sound your gong unapologetically. Sound your gong unapologetically. Nobody will do that for you. Nobody will announce you for you. Nobody will say he is here. Everybody wants to, be on the limelight. So if you're not talking about yourself, I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't know what you're talking about. If you're waiting for people to create platforms and just like Amarachi said, sweep it, paint it, you decorate it so that you will mount on it. No, 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 no. It cannot, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So sound your gong. Whatever it is that you're doing, start now to start pushing yourself. Now, look at what an analogy I created around sound your gong. I said that if you start sounding your gong, just like it happened to Amarachi, people will look at you and say you are stupid, you are crazy. What kind of gong? Why are you knocking that thing that is making noise? You na-emechiali anyị ntị. Na-emechiali anyị ntị. Anyị ma nkwe ka mmadụ zuru ike. You are crazy. What is he talking about? And then you neglect those things, that those discouragement and the demeaning words that they are saying to you, and you continue consistency and persistence. You continue sounding it. What happens is that you start drawing attention. So people will start looking at you. What is he even doing? Now they are not looking at you with conviction, but they just want to know what you are doing.
Some
They'll
look
say,
at you
okay.
with pity, actually. Some look at you with a yeah, oh, bano. Some look at you with pity, and some look at you like they have the roadmap for life.
Mm.
They have, what are all these the tape you use to measure the life, how long you will live, how well you will run, and all of those. Some people are just good at negativity, and the earlier we know these things, the better for us. If you do not, the funny
Mm.
thing is when I see people who are from Africa generally, especially when it comes to, for instance, Nigeria, Igbo land, and all of that, and they're asking you what is gong.
Mm.
I laugh at them. Like an African asking you what is a gong, what is sound your gang? Like it's self-explanatory. Your
Mm.
gong. We used to. There are many ways to say it. Emeka Nobis will say shameless marketing. Um,
Shameless man.
and I know in Nigerian pidgin we used to say things like them burn some people with silver spoon and the golden spoon. Some na toningari, you have to carve your own toningari. Yeah, you find stick, carve your own. If I no see toningari, say use normal stick, turn am.
Mm. Yeah.
It's not just about Nigeria. The whole world today, it is
Mm.
constant competition,
Mm.
constant pressure. The pressure is going higher and higher and higher. Even if you are schooling, even if you are doing second PhD, people who are doing second
Mm.
PhD are too much. And so you
Yeah.
continually prove yourself in any space you find yourself. And
Mm.
then you find somebody who decided to carve out a different path for themselves, and you are mocking them. I laugh at you because you do not know what potential is. If you know what great potential is, you would understand that those who try to not just stay on the line, but to carve out something different are very unique in the world of today. They are very unique. And because again, our climb, What people see as success is how many cars you drive
Yeah.
and how gigantic your house is, which is why those who have flat roofs, all of a sudden they will pull it down and make it to be tall. They'll make it like this to be tall so that it will look gigantic. Because if you just add some wood and make it tall, the house will look huge, even if it is just a normal house, even if it is the same house, but you just change the roof. So that is why
Hmm.
people stay and they change the roof so that it will fit the standard. But people like us, we
Hmm.
don't like standard. And we don't like normal. We like to be extraordinary. We like to come to an event and we become the star of the event. And so
Hmm.
when I'm in Nigeria, if I'm going to, for instance, a wedding, I decide to K-show Simbi style. Imagine going to a wedding and you walk in with your Simbi, long Simbi, all bent like this, your face, and you are well dressed, and you step into a hall filled with people with the same kind of dresses and people with
Hmm.
all the wigs, and then you have your Simbi style. That is, you steal the show. Even the person doing the wedding will be looking at you from afar. You steal the show. But instead of
Yeah.
seeing that as a marketing strategy, people will be there laughing at you, thinking they know it. Why they are the blind
Yeah.
ones? And
You
then
know.
what some of you will do is that you become shy. And that is why, because we are doing this, other people are making money without our ignorance. So if you now,
Hmm.
if Louis Vuitton is the problem, and anybody who doesn't wear Louis Vuitton, Aba people will help you to create correct Louis Vuitton. And so while you are there being shy and trying to prove a point, some other young guys na Aba, ejiri gị na-akpa ego, they create the Louis Vuitton for you. You might go to, I don't know Louis Vuitton. And
Nke a
then
adịgboroja.
because we are all about fakeness and charade and living a life that is not giving us joy. Whatever you do on earth, ensure that in your deepest part of heart there is something called fulfillment. Like you breathe and breathe down, because there is something about fulfillment that works for you. So if you have not been sounding your gong, my brothers and sisters, you better start now. Especially as you see how Nigeria is dancing. You see how they dance. You better be the person to rescue yourself. No leader, no elders, no whatever. They are there thinking about you specifically. They are thinking they are worried about Amarachi. Like now, when you go to Nigeria, all those politicians, they are worried about me now. You better stand up, dust yourself, and realize that in as much as we have that
Hmm.
social collective responsibilities, we also have the individual responsibility to stay sane and to sound our own individual guns. Because when you bring healthy guns together, healthy, good carved guns together and sound it, the voice will be so loud that it can explode and open the sky. So, let
Hmm.
me if we continue.
Wow, thank you so much. Umajarama. I feel like, oh my God, we've spent more than 20 minutes already. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to say, but we have to run. We have to.
Yes.
Okay, so you are in America now, and you are studying and teaching, to the best of my knowledge, in the same university that the president of America, I mean the current president of America, Joe Biden, went to, and that's Syracuse University. And
Yes.
I am sure you have a lot of things to share about studying abroad. Because to the best of my knowledge, you did not use agents, so you know the nitty gritty, the A to Z, and how to navigate. I would want you to, just share a little of this, how you did it, because like I've said, I've known you for 7 years or more, and from the city of Enugu to the world, how did you do it? Please share with us.
Okay. So because I am somebody who have a lot of uh conversations with myself, like I said. And because I don't know if I would call it a gift, but I am a very deep thinker. And sometimes it is even scary to explain what I think with people because they wouldn't understand you. I remember when people used to say that I sound too older than my age, I sound like an old woman, I sound like all those stuff. Especially whenever they think that you are making sense that they are not used to, they begin to. So growth and personal development is something that I do not joke with for anybody who have known me. And this is why, if you look at those of us who have known ourselves for the past 7 years, you will see that there is something significant about us. We are all growing. Whether you have
Yes.
partnered with me, whether you have worked with me as a team, whether you have just known me in a conference and decided to be close to me, one thing you will find about all of us is that we adopt that spirit of keep growing. Because one, we know that we don't know it all, and we know that nobody knows it all. No one person on earth knows it all. We know that the more you grow, the better you become, and the more opportunities will come to you, or you would find
Yes.
opportunities. And so, because
Yes.
we know all of this, and when you know where you come from, and you know where you want to go early, you would begin to walk towards it very early. So for those of us who did not even find stick, but we had to climb tree to cut our own stick in order to carve our own tonengari, we started early to ask the questions. How do we navigate from being in this situation to the next one? What can we do in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? So that when others are being carried away by social noises and by societal expectations and glamour and noise and mockery and all of those drama, some of us are sitting down and thinking, eh, I know that I don't have this, I don't have this, but I want to have this. How do I go about this? So for me, one of the greatest fulfillment for me is creating impact. I love to create it. My life is about impact. So that anywhere you see me, I am able to represent. I can talk to anybody. I can be anywhere. I can convince people. I can. Yesterday, while we're on our way, my professor here said something. So I was showing them an impromptu performance I did somewhere. My professor said, Amarachi, you move people. I'm going to write an article about that. You move people. In fact, it's like a title of a book for me. Yes, I do. And it's a gift as much as it is also something that over the years I have developed. So I kept growing. I kept going to conferences. I used to go to leadership conferences that people will ask me, you are doing Igbo things. Why are you going to all these leadership conferences? I used to apply to opportunities all over. I will be searching. And that was how I got trained by the British Council. 3 times I became a speaker for Creative Hustle, organized by British Council. We were going to school. You remember, Solomon, we were going to schools, talking to students all over Enugu
Yeah.
in our school
Yes.
tour. We were doing a lot. We were meeting politicians. We were meeting community leaders. We were meeting social leaders. We worked hard for it. We were every day, sometimes morning, night, we were going out. We traveled to different communities. Solomon here joined us. We were all doing it together. And so while we moved, we were learning. We were getting
Yeah.
better. We were attending events, even the ones that did not invite us, we would go. Sometimes the ones that invite us, they won't even give us water. So some of us will buy okpa and eat. And you know one amazing thing about my team is that they are family that they keep hopes high. Sometimes we buy okpa 500. You need to see where we are dragging okpa to eat. You need to see where we are dragging things to sell. We kept on growing. While we were doing that, our story long. While we were doing that, we kept going to conferences. We kept educating ourselves. We kept using our to learn and get better. And so I started learning things and I started talking to myself. So whenever I want to achieve something, I create plan, which I teach in my sound your gong. I create plan and then I create execution map and then I start working on it. People will not know. So as they keep laughing and all of those things, I am doing it. I am doing like I keep everything you see today, me speaking and being this firm did not start today. And so
Yeah.
when I decided that I want to be a global phenomenon, not just the village girl, they called me village girl. They were calling me Wansuka. They were
One
calling me
break.
Nwambeke. They called us a lot of things. And I remember the first day I went for my first master's degree class and I was carrying my issue. The moment I went into class, people were laughing. And then even the professor teaching was mocking me. That was a girl who was working, struggling to gain more knowledge. But because of my hairstyle, and I was in Africa and I'm carrying an African hairstyle. I am in Alibo and I am carrying an Igbo hairstyle, and Igbo people are laughing at me. Like they don't understand what I am carrying. And so I started learning and I started calling myself Igbo Global Ambassador. Nobody gave me that name. Let me give myself Igbo Global Ambassador. And you don't become global by just talking about it. So why that name decided to
Yeah.
become stronger and stronger? Wadiorama. Wadiorama, somebody gave it to me in a salon. Uh, I started I started learning what do I need to become an actual global ambassador? Like what do I need to actually be global? One is development. Two is the network. Three is opportunities, right? Now, who gives you that opportunity?
Yeah.
You equip yourself. You find them. There are people who opportunity come to. There are people that find them. You find. I am very good at going, walking to you and say, I need this. We are used to rejection, so rejection is normal. If you ask Solomon, he will tell you we've been to more than 100 offices. Many of them reject us, and some
Yeah.
accept us. And so, um, I learn things, and when I learn things, because I know I don't have money or extra to give away, I learn what will make it easier for me. And so, if you want to drink this wine and you don't have money, but you want to still drink it, the other things you will now do, what are the plan A, B, C, D, E? For you to get this and still enjoy it, even if you don't have all the money. And so one of the ways is to learn the information, which is what we are doing this March, learning the information process on time and starting to navigate it. And when you find some roadblocks, you can quickly ask questions. It's always beautiful when you are asking questions and the person you are asking have this sense of you know what you are doing. Than
Yeah.
when you say, which one is international admission? Where, hey, get one, get Ghana. People don't
Oh
whenever you
my
write
God.
about something on social media, people say, I am interested, I'm interested. Some people will say, I don't know what it is, but I am interested. You don't know what it is, but you're interested. It's not about being interested. Some people are so scared about using Google, like using Google to even find out something means. And so when I decide to do something, one of my techniques is that I begin to work towards it by learning all I need to learn about that thing. And then I start the process. Now, does the process always go smoothly? No. Do we get rejection? Oh, yes. But we keep on, just like this election now. Like, we keep on. We continue to learn, continue to go for it, go and go and go and go. Even sometimes the universe goes, I beg, are you the only person? And they don't give it to you. So, yes, I did it from my room, my tiny room in Enugu. not just not just the United States. I have been to Ghana, I've been to South Africa, I've been to the UK 3 times. I went to the UK from Nigeria to go and work, from being a village girl to go and work in the biggest national theatre in the UK. I worked for 4 months working for the Royal National Theatre with Igbo chant poetry. And all of those times, I did all those myself, the visa, the process, all of those I did myself. I didn't do it because I knew I was working in. It's just get the information, Start the process, learn on the process, keep getting better, keep doing it. Because I want to make agent. If you have 5 million to give agent, give. But the funny thing is that even with the 5 million, sometimes just one mistake they make. I see somebody who came to me recently. The agent he contracted and paid all the money instead of writing 1982, wrote 1992. Now he is going for this, and they rejected him upright because 10 years difference from your actual age of your passport with what the form is saying. 10 years is too few for you to just skip, which means you did not do it yourself. One mistake, because the agent who would have time to be putting all of this information, personal information, your village, your this for you, and all of those stuff, and saying your parents, your mother's maiden name, and all of those things, telling your stories. Remember, your story is one of the most powerful things you can use to achieve stuff. And so, which agent, if for instance 1,000 people is contacting that agent that has all the stories of the authentic story, and not just stories, but authentic stories of more than 1,000 people. Now, do we have good agents? Yes, we do have. But it is always good to have the knowledge of the next process you want to go in life. And then you work on it. Even if you have an agent, you can now work together with the agent. It's just like having a company and you don't know anything about your company. You don't even know where they are starting and where they are ending. All you know is that you have a company. You just give it out to people. Imagine that. You have no single knowledge of anything about your company. They will sell you and sell the company and collect change, and you'll still be there looking. So it's about you deciding first, not just about joining Stand Your Go. You decide. If you have not gotten to that point where you have to talk to yourself and decide. When I mean decide, I don't mean like, okay, I want to get admission. That's not what I mean. I mean the strong conviction that only you understand the language, that was unspoken word, that you are the only one whose breath you understand what each of your breath means. You understand the determination. You understand the root of that foundation that you have come to that point in your life that you have decided that I want this. If you have not gotten to that point, don't waste your money. Because is it an easy process? It can be easy, but it can be tough. It can be process that break people. Maybe you just apply. They just give you one rejection on Okeke. And yeah, I'm not trying it again. This world, the world hates me. Everybody in this world hates me. I'm not going to do it again. What is that? Some people have 30 rejections, and then they have one powerful one. So you need to learn the process and drop in 15 applications, good ones. When you finish, this is March. Admission of portal is opening in August. If you start now to empower yourself and get ready, go to their website, find out all they need, get them ready. And when they open in August, you have August, September, October, November, December, you have 6 months to drop those applications, good ones. There's no how people they need good ones. And when you are able to prepare yourself and get good ones, you are invited. You get opportunities, right? So I even submitted mine when I was very broken because I had just lost my dad. But I am here. And we keep going. We are not there yet. Am I still getting rejections? Yes, I still get rejections. Yes, I come back before. Yes, I still apply for things and say no, we don't want you. And sometimes it's not about we don't want you because you are not good. Sometimes it's about they have capacity to take 2 people, and those 2 people of specific interest. For instance, you did engineering and they want engineering people, but they want somebody who is focusing on biochemic engineering or petroleum engineering, and you are going for civil engineering. So they might say, no, we can't take you at this moment. It doesn't mean that you are so bad. And hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. In fact, I think it's a curse. Nobody wants me. What is that? So sometimes the rejection do not mean that we hate you. You are not good. We can't take you. Your application is bad. No. Especially when we are looking for scholarship. Okay, I am going to share a video after this live. Yesterday at the U.S. Capitol, there was a protest on student loan. If you are abroad and you understand that even the citizens are going through a lot, you would understand that for them to give you scholarship, you need to be more than just the best. Because a lot of people
Mm.
here drenched on student loan. I'm talking about loans of thousands and thousands of dollars. Because most people here go to school with student loan, and you spend all your life paying it. And so there was this protest going on. I will share it on my wall on the
Mm.
cancellation of student loan at the US Capitol. For you to understand that for them to just give you scholarship, some people think that they once they just drop admission, they are so entitled they should not give them scholarship. It's not that easy, but you can get it. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Is it possible to go to school without it? That yes, it is possible. But you have to work for it. You have to get the information. You have to put your head down. You have to be determined. You have to decide. You have to be persistent. You have to not give up and keep going. And you are going to get. And it's not that hard to not give. Just decide. That's why I say your decision is the first very strong foundation you need. It's not about how good you are with applications or how good you are with English or you have first class. That is not it. Your determination, it has a lot to change things. And I think that is what works for me because I am good with standing alone and I am good with standing with people. So even if the whole world are saying, ooh, Amarachi, stop that thing you're doing, you're not gonna, yo, because I have gone through that fire before and I am still going through it.
Mm.
So I have been to a lot of places where they were like, "What are you even doing? Hey, this thing you are doing. You should be, you know that people, not everybody is Igbo. You are now the one advocating for people. They did not ask you, but so far I have seen that it's even non-Igbos that even appreciate my performance more. You see how this life works. So it's about, do you know what you are doing? Are you convinced? Do you even believe in yourself? In this your name self, you do you even believe in yourself? If you do, then you know that
Mm.
we all have, as long as there is life, we all have opportunities for greatness. Greatness can come in variations. You might just be great to one person, and that is
Yeah.
greatness. You might just be impacting on two people, and that is greatness. You might have all the money and you are not still great. So it's about decision and having your goal and vision and deciding that this is what I want and working for it, knowing that you are your own rescue, knowing that no one is bothered about you, thinking about your problems. When you decide, that determination will shine through, even as you drop those applications. You will see that determination shining through as you have those interviews. You will see that determination shining through as you write your stories on your platforms to build your portfolio. So these are the things. And in this March edition, because I take the human angle in my trainings, I try not to be too technical. Because I like to speak to your heart. I try to speak to your inner you, not just your ears. Anybody can talk to you. There are videos out there for you to enjoy. But for you to actually get to that point where you be the one to talk to yourself, that is my focus. So I focus on going inside of you to move you, to awaken that sleeping lion or lioness in you. And allow you see what you are capable of. I will not do it for you. I will not give you this. I don't have this. I'm not an embassy. I will not give you admission. I am not an institution. But I can show you the capacity that you carry that you might have left to die because of situations. I can show you the viewpoint of how ordinary people like us, who do not have money or have voice, can go about it. And how you can use your own confidence, your own determination to tell the stories that can get you this thing. Not just me. We have invited a professor who is generous and sweet enough to come to this March edition also. This March edition is ordinarily Sound Your Gong is about confidence selling, confidence marketing, personal development, personal branding, personal marketing. For this special edition, which is focused on admission, I still believe that I don't still know it all. So somebody who is coming from the institution's perspective, who has read being on admission portals to teach you what they look out for, to be calm and show you the step by step from pre application, application to post application to visa and all the pro from beginning to end. This kind of thing you hear 200,000, 500,000, 1 million, but we want to do it so that as many people as possible who are truly interested, who are truly determined to have this vision of them come true, would learn the process, join, and get it done. Because you are the only person who gets it done.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nwado Rama, for that. We're going to talk more on this the March edition of Sound Your Gong, because I want the people who are following us now and people who are going to see this video to take action. All right. So from the things that you've said already, it's a lot loaded. You said that greatness comes in valuation. That is very powerful. That is why the Nwambeke that people knew some years back in Enugu now has a lot of 75,000 followers, you know, and people are respecting her from all around the world, traveling from one city to the other, one country to the other. You've been to like 12 states in the United States, with your act, with your performance and speaking engagements. You're almost like a citizen there. All right, so quickly, if the Sound Your Gong team members are on the live stream, please you can drop. Okay, yes, I've already dropped it. You can drop it so that if it has gone on, people will also see the link and the registration details. And of course, if you're watching this video, you will see that it is pinned. There's a post that is pinned to this video. That's the details of the Sound Your Gong Math edition. All right. Amarachi Attamah is bringing in, this one is a full package. This one is, something that you rarely find people do. The problem we have with a lot of people is that they know the way and they don't want to share the way. All right. That's why John Maxwell said that a leader is someone who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way. You can find that in Amarachi. Amarachi embodies that. I tell you, I've followed her. 2015 till now is 7 to 8 years. I've followed her, and her inspiration is top notch. The way she does her things, we've learned a lot from her, and we are pushing it in the city of Enugu. A lot of people knows that we are pushing it globally. Very soon, all over the world, you say, and that's because of the inspiration that she is giving to us. And we have already registered. Gideon and I has registered for this, March edition of Sound Your Gong. And I want you to register. Um, it's not too much. Last year, December, no, November, Gideon and I traveled from Enugu to Lagos for a training. Just one day training. What both of us spent for that one day training, combined, if you calculate all the expenses, was about 300,000. We paid for registration, we handled our transportation, we handled the accommodation for a day training. But what she's bringing to the table is a 1 month, 1 month, I mean 1 month mentorship, training to help you navigate your path. And she's bringing someone, a guest, to also, give you clarity and answer your questions. I don't know if you are getting what I'm getting. Like the amount that she's asking you to pay is a token, just something to ensure that you are committed to. Because, excuse me, I've come to find out that it is the people who pay that will pay attention.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
it is the people who pay that will pay attention. A lot of people join a lot of things they see online. Before you know it, I'm interested, I'm interested, I'm interested, I'm interested. As long as it's free, they are interested. As long as it's free, they are interested. Sometimes 2 days training, they say they are interested, and then you allow them in, they'll just spend like 10 minutes on the first day and they will never come back again. So we
That's
want you to commit to this. Amarachi, the amount, is it still 50K or has it gone up to
I
100?
think today is the last day. We actually did a discount which are supposed to stop since, but Nigerian election just made me to say, you know what, leave it until
Okay.
they announce the result. And then today is the last day for us to give that discount of 40K. And then from tomorrow till the training starting on Sunday, which is March 5th. And we are going to continue. So for now, that is the registration. Today is the last day to pay that 40K. And then after today, we are going back to 50 in the next 3 days. So what are we going to cover? We're going to cover pre-application preparations. People think that once it is time to apply, bam, they just join and apply. That is where a lot of things that we are supposed to know long ago we're supposed to handle. So we are going to talk about the pre-application preparation. How do you even prepare in months before you you apply, you start applying? Do not just be there waiting for the portal to open for you to apply without knowing what you are supposed to be doing within those few months. There are some powerful things you can do that will help the decision about your application, which I have learned. I didn't even know all of this, but good enough because I have been growing for many years, that helped me. So there are things that you need to do. There are documentations, there are people, relationships that you need to build. That's why I told you that I am taking it the human way. I like to go down so that everybody would understand it. So there are relationships you need to build before months before you start your application. There are documentations that you might not necessarily know. Everybody know about transcript, but that's not the only documentation you need. Um, there are things that you need to do for yourself. There are ways you need to behave to stand a better chance. It doesn't mean that these are just engraved on stones, but they make you be a better candidate, stand a better chance. That's what I mean. And if I had learned that and I don't share it, that's wickedness. So is to prepare you on that pre-application process and then how to find schools and what to look out for. Some people are so scared of how do we get the link? How do we get the link? Because you can get the link. You can find the schools. You can know what to find when you are opening it by joining this. And then we talk about the cold emails and introduction emails. Many people might not know what cold emails and introduction emails mean, but we are going to talk about it and teach you how to do it. Now, what schools look out for? Preparing for graduate school application. What are the things that schools are actually interested in? This is where the professor would really, really help us also. Now, statement of purpose, statement of personal statement, research statement, all these are documents that you might be required to you must produce one of it, at least one of these statements that I've mentioned here. Some schools want three of them. Some, if you're going for PhD, they want, of course, you must send in your research statement or proposal. Now, research statement is different from research proposal too. Now, statements of purpose, personal, all these are different types of, they have their little different formats to work on it. This is where the professor will also help us. Now we have academic grants and how to find them. Sometimes you find admission, it comes together with scholarship. Sometimes you find admission, you need to still apply for scholarship, even within the school and outside the school. How do you go about that? We are going to talk about it. Now, obtainable waivers for those of us who do not have money. Obtainable waivers. There are waivers that you can get in terms of money, in terms of documentation, in terms of all of that. How do you go about it? These are some of the things that we're going to take. Post admission stages. Now you've gotten the admission. What next? Some people get the admission. Do you know that some people get admission and still do not travel? They lose it because of a lot of things. Not just because of visa, but they are not able to meet up with the post admission stage. After you've gotten admission, what do you need to do? for you to get to be prepared? What are the documentation? Because there are still some documentation. There are documentations you can't travel if you don't have it. How do you prepare for that? So that when you get admission, you don't watch your admission sink. A lot of people have gotten admission many times, but they watched it and it sank because they didn't know about the post-admission processes. Now, preparation for visa interview. Now you've gotten the admission, you've gotten all the documentation, but visa, you can't travel without it. What next? Except you're going to a country that will not require the visa. Now, travel preparation. You have your visa. How do you travel? What are the documentations you need to have when you are traveling? What are the behavior? What are the things to look out for? What are the things that you need to put in place, even in the country that you are going into, so that you don't find yourself in a place where you come to the new country and you fall depressed and some people even don't make it because they did not prepare for it. We have to talk about that. So if you look at what we are going to be covering, it's more than 10 areas that generally people do not give all of this in one training. But these are the things that we are looking out for to break down so that everybody will be fully prepared as much as they can and stand a very good chance for them to not just get admission, but scholarship because money, $50,000. Who has it? 100,000. Yeah, one of these politicians where they don't pack our money, they send their children abroad. So they have it. Do you have it? No. That is why you need to look for information on how to navigate it so that even you and Amarachi can also have that opportunity to pursue our international study abroad dreams and get it because this world is for everybody, it's not for some people. So if you give up, you leave it for some people. But if you do not and learn what you need to learn and learn that it's not all about money and all of those, you know, and then you navigate it early. So for me, I would say we might do admission topic. I don't like admission topic. I like to focus on my sound your gong the way it is. Because admission topic is a lot of stress. It's a lot that you have to keep updating. You have to prepare more. You have to find a way. People would ask questions and questions and I'm like, ooh, wow. We might do it again sometime in maybe June or July. I don't know yet. I don't think it's something I want to be doing all the time. But I will tell you the best time for you to get that information is now, so that you have some months to prepare for it. Admission months are, I see them as only not, you know that where you put do not disturb months, they are do not disturb months. And if you place yourself where you have too many things you are struggling with at that period, trust me, most people do not make it. Most people do not finish one application. Most people do not finish it because that is when it gets draining. If you start on time, it will be very easy. People will not even know that you're applying for anything. But if you don't do it now and maybe you want to do it in the one we do in June, it's good, but it's going to be tighter for you. It's going to be tougher for you, except you're already used to the information. So this is the best time for people, especially those who do not know anything about the process, to learn it and get better. Do not stop at what I teach you. You get better and get prepared and get all the documentation ready before August. If you do it like that, who doesn't like stressless life? When you do it like that, you stand a better chance. You have better application. You are a better candidate. You are outstanding. And when you are all of that, you get a boom. When I decided I wanted to leave, I knew that I would leave that year and I left. Because the moment I came back and we were in COVID and I saw what Nigeria did with COVID relief and all of those, I was looking for stuff to open my big restaurant. I wanted to start my business. But when I saw what was going on, I said, you know what? I need to go for my studies and further my studies. I decided, I said I was going to do it that year, and I did it that year. Because and if you notice, when I came back post COVID, you notice that I was not going to a lot of events. I don't even know
Yeah.
how many events I went to. I was not going to even when I had done the hero stuff and I had callings, invitations to come, 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 come. I was not going to a lot of events. I was not everywhere. I was not attending everywhere, everything I was invited because it was no disturb moment for me. It was no disturb moment for me. You put it on your door, you put it on your social media. Sometimes I log off for 2, 3 months. People on my spaces, they know. Anytime I log off for something, maybe to rest or maybe to re-strategize and recoup. Because sometimes when you drag yourself like this, you need some time to nurture and get back and think
Yeah.
clearly. And so when
Mm.
I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to hit it and I'm going to get it. And that was what I did. Because the conviction in me is too strong for whatever wind or storm or whatever to pull down. As long as I breathe, I said to take my breath, but as long as I'm breathing, the conviction I
Mm.
carry is the kind that not these people that when they say one person make one simple comment to them on social media or anywhere, they'll go and their whole life is gone. Nah. So that is the kind of conviction I carry. That is the kind of conviction I share in my sound of Gong. You cannot
Mm.
mentor by me and you are still doing win. What is that? Nobody cares. I cry a lot. Though. I am a good crier. But at the same time, I don't allow people break me. I don't allow situation break me. Yeah, I can cry when something happens to me. I can weep, but I do not get broken. I cry because I'm a human being. I feel sad because I'm a human being. I lament sometimes because I'm a human being. But do I get broken? Yes. Yesterday night, is it today night, earlier today, I almost could not breathe with the whole stuff in Nigeria. But I had to like, you know what? It's not over. So when I made the
Mm.
post it's not over was when I told myself, get up. Because I was like, what? I was upset. I was like, what is up? But I had to I had to snap out of it quickly so that somebody
Yeah.
in Nigeria doing party and I am dead here. So I had to tell myself it's not over. We keep going, we keep fighting. That is what the world is. It politics
Mm.
everywhere in the world, everywhere. The whole world. It's not easy anywhere. Politics, they want to hold it. So it's something that you decide for yourself, my brothers and sisters. It's something that you decide for yourself. Even if you join this training and you learn all the things you learn to learn and you don't want to decide for yourself, you're still on your own. Are you going to get admission the moment you come? Everybody might get admission. And some people might not get too. It depends on your own conviction and determination and persistency to work on it. To use everything you learn as a tool to get better, to equip yourself. Tomorrow, you too will teach people. So it is time for you to dust out yourself, get equipped into any other. It's not just about admission. Any next stage that you want to go in life, even if it will take 20 years, that is what if you check the world business people that we are following, Facebook, they are still updating, just like dictionary, they are still updating. They are still getting adding new things. Nobody starts done and just so any stage that you want to go in life, decide your own strong conviction is the most powerful before any other thing anybody will tell you. Because if you don't decide, it might rain. And because you got wet one day, you say, in fact, I don't know how I started this business. I'm not going again. The storm might come and take your umbrella. You know when you open a place for POS business and then they take your umbrella, your umbrella is flying on the sky because of one rain. And you say, I said
Mm.
it. Hey, I said it. They sent the wind from the village. You're on your own.
Village people.
Those things will come to pull you down. Yes,
Mm.
be a human, but don't get broken. Do not never allow. See, you know what me as Amarachi do is that my source of strength is not accessible. That deeper source of strength in me is not accessible. So that is why I don't get broken. So yes, I might cry, do this and that, but to access the deep parts that actually give me breath, it's not. So this is the time for you if you still have that dream of wanting to study and all of those. This is the time for you to decide and join and start the process. There is nothing much to say about it. It's just for you to start the process because you have decided. But if you have not decided and you are looking for who to stress, the life to give problem, and you are coming on this program to pay and give me stress, please hold your money. Because it's not about you paying, it's about you wanting to use it for something. So do not get broken. Weep. Weep as much as you can. Lament as much as you can. But do not get broken. Because the
Yeah.
moment you get broken, the whole zeal for life is there. And you might find out that in the next 5 years, you are still in the same stage, still lamenting, still crying, still weeping. And those who cried a little and stood up, you're asking them, how come? Maybe me and you go here. Yes, but you were crying for so long, you got broken, and I did not. So you have to get up, brace up, and keep living so that the situation will get better. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Amarachi Attamah. This is already 65 minutes. Um, I want to encourage everyone. The links are already there on the chat box. The pinned post on this discussion on this live stream is everything has contains a lot of things you need to know about the March edition of the Sound Your Gong mentorship session, which is also focusing on studying abroad. And then I can see former member. Thank you so much. One of the team members, the Sound Your Gong team members. What we will treat on okay. It includes the pre-application processes, the things you need to know, before you start applying for schools in different universities abroad. Then certificate and documentation process. Certificate and documentation to prepare the certificate, the things that you need, the paperwork you need to know, you need to prepare before time, how to find schools and what to look out for, how to write cold emails and introduction emails, how to write your statement of purpose, how to write your personal statement, then academic grants and scholarship, how to search them and get them, then obtainable waivers, you know, post-admission processes, visa application, travel preparations, all these things are part of what Nwadorama will be teaching on the Sound Your Gong March edition. And I can tell you that the amount that she's asking for is just for you to be committed, not that it will make her a billionaire, just for you to be committed and for us to hear your success story as a result of this mentorship session. All right. So if you need to borrow. If you need to shut down, close what is in your account, your bank account, that's what we call our last card. If you need to put in your last card there, put it in, but make sure you have that determination and zeal to learn and to apply. All right. Thank you so much, Nwadarama. We are so
Thank
glad to
you.
have you. I will just have your parting word and then we'll call it a day.
Thank you so much. I was almost saying I'm having another appointment and I need to run. So thank you so much. Like I said, my team they are already, you can see them responding to a lot of people. So if you need to join in, please go ahead and join in. Send your confirmation and all of that. If that is what you want, if that is not what you want, please again, I do not give visa an admission. I give information for you to learn the process and get those things you are looking for. Anybody who tell you that they are giving visa, they are giving you admission. If you love this kind of lies, because some of us love lies. If you love this kind of lies, then good luck. So, like I said, you need to commit to it. So your money or it's for me, your money is your commitment to yourself time and to actually appreciate my team. But it is not the most important thing I need from you. The commitment is what I need from you. To know that you are able to commit. It's not on that day they are training. You say, I'm going to church, I'm going to meeting, I'm going to this. You're on your own. Bring out match, close door, close everything and say, I need to use this match to empower myself. We're not doing it every day. we're doing it weekends. So when we are doing it weekends, you have all the whole weekdays. But if I were you, I would use March as the time to get that education, so that even weekdays I am learning on the process. I am getting better, 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 using what I have learned so far to start creating it possible. If you are waiting for when I don't have too much time, what if it clashes with a lot of my activities? You're on your own. Because when I, like I told you, when I decide to do something, I put that do not disturb uh, map or sign in my brain, in my social network, everywhere, so that I'll be able to focus. So your commitment is the most important thing if you know you are joining the March edition. If you don't want to commit and you want to just just money, you're on your own. So after today, the price goes to 2,000 for the next 3 days. So thank you so much for having me. And I hope that with this video, I think this video will serve as what we can now share to everybody. You can share to your own followers too, so that they would see it. I will share. I think I've shared it on my wall. I will keep sharing it so that anybody who is still confused can get everything they need from this video. So thank
Yeah,
you so much.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're glad to have you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining on the Winning Live broadcast special edition tonight. I'll bring you another edition, the 76th episode of this broadcast on Saturday. And I will be talking about how not to be a necessary evil. Till then, God bless you and do have a great month ahead of you.
Thank you.